Hi everyone, I'm Ornella from the Visual Studio Code team. Today I'll walk you through how to get started using Visual Studio Code. VS Code is a lightweight but powerful source code editor that runs on your desktop computer. Let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is download VS Code by going to code.visualstudio.com. I'm using a Mac, so I'm going to download the Mac version, but you can grab the Windows and Linux versions here too. The next thing we'll do is open VS Code. Once it opens up, you'll see our welcome screen. From here, you can open a folder or create a new file. Let's create a new file now. I'm going to use Python and type hello world, but you can use whatever programming language you're comfortable with. Go to File, Save, to save the file with the right file type extension, in this case .py for Python, and watch the colors of the code change. As you continue to use VS Code, your recent folders will show up as shortcuts here, under Recent. Let's take a tour of the interface. At the bottom of the screen is the status bar, where you'll find helpful information such as current line number, programming language, and errors and warnings. On the left-hand side of the screen, we have the activity bar. Starting at the top of the activity bar, you'll see the File Explorer, where you'll find your current files and folders, Search, where you can search across your files, Source Control, where you can track changes and see different versions of your code files, Run View, where you can run and debug your code, and the Extensions view, where you can manage and download extensions for almost anything. In the center, we have the Command Palette, which is the control center for all of the actions here in VS Code. Every single action you can do in VS Code is mapped to a command in the Command Palette. If you ever need a refresher on where things are, you can select the Interface Overview button under Learn to see the parts of the interface overlaid on top. Next, let's check out how to make VS Code the best editor for you. The first thing you'll want to do in VS Code is install the correct extension for the programming language you want to use. VS Code comes with support built in for some languages, but to have the absolute best experience, you'll want to install the extensions for the language you want to use, like C++, Python, or Java. It's free and literally takes a push of a button. Let's install the Python extension now. Extensions are an awesome tool that provide extra support while you code, like autocomplete, quick fixes, and formatting. However, they don't always include other components you need, like compilers, which turn your code into code that your computer can execute and run. For more information about how to set up VS Code for your desired language, check out our video about extensions. We know that some of you have used other code editors in the past, and we want to make it as convenient as possible for you to use any keyboard shortcuts that you're used to in VS Code. If you're not familiar with keyboard shortcuts, they are keys or combinations of keys that allow you to do something you typically do with a mouse, like creating a new file. This button will take you to the extension category for keymaps in the marketplace, where you'll find the extensions that will install the keyboard shortcuts from other editors. If you want to learn more about the keyboard shortcuts in VS Code, you can use the Command Palette to open keyboard shortcuts, or click on the printable keyboard sheet under the Help section on the Welcome page. Another thing you can customize here is your color theme, which lets you choose the colors used in VS Code. We want to make coding fun, so we made it easy for you to pick the theme that you love the most. Select Color Theme to see a list of installed themes, and notice that when you change your selection, we'll show you a preview of the theme. If you're looking for a special theme that you don't see here, you can find it in the marketplace. We mentioned the Command Palette earlier, but if you ever forget where to find all of the commands in VS Code, you can select Find and Run All Commands here. There's one last thing I want to show you. If you're interested in learning about VS Code's useful editing features, select the Interactive Playground. Here you'll find examples of some of our core editor features, like multi-cursor editing. You can click into the interactive panel to see multiple cursors in action, and try it out yourself. Check out our other videos to learn more about VS Code. If you have any issues, please let us know by opening an issue on GitHub. That's all for now. Happy coding!